We're here to document the training exercise. The one that's going on now.
Training exercise here?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. You're not filming this kind of training. Who are you with?
Oh, we were told that we could come here and film.
Who are you guys?
We're just members of the public, sent on behalf of PINAC.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were told that we could come here and film this training exercise.
Technically, this is firearms training. Because it's firearms training, you don't have to film unless you get permission from our chief firearms instructor. So
where is he?
Previous permission. He doesn't work here. He works at Milton. So if you haven't come with any kind of prior arrangement, we can't let you film it, unfortunately.
All right.
Are you guys escorting these two?
No, we were just going to see if they got IDs.
Yeah.
No, we're from PINAC.
Yeah, have you got any idea on you?
No, we don't carry ID. No.
Well, you'll have your visitors
How
pass.
did you get in through the front door?
We just walked in.
No, the security guys.
Okay, you need to sign in with somebody.
The gate was wide open though.
Yeah, okay, but we need to go back to security and sign you in.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's do that.
So then we're allowed to be around here.
As long as you've got someone here who can sign you in and who can account for who you are.
As soon as the officers ran over shouting, "How did you get inside?" they unintentionally exposed a real issue, their own lapse in security. Coley didn't hesitate or try to avoid the question. He answered plainly. They walked straight in because the gate was left open. And that response changed everything. If a police training facility conducting weapons exercises can't properly secure or monitor an entrance that's open to the public, then the real fault doesn't lie with the person who entered. It lies with the facility itself. In reality, Coley did more to test their perimeter than their own team ever did. No law was broken. There was nothing inherently suspicious about what happened. It was simply a failure in how the area was being managed, and the officers realized that immediately.
Okay. We're not here for any trouble. We're just here to just want to take some photos and to make a video. That's all.
That's all right. But if you can sign in at the front, yeah.
Can you sign us in?
I can't because I don't know who you are. But it needs to be someone who knows who you are.
Okay.
Can we go and do that? Please? We've got to go to the front, mate, anyway.
Do we?
We do, yeah.
What, because you say so?
Because it's a police building.
Yeah, but it's publicly accessible though.
Okay, but someone still needs to sign you into the building.
Hello.
Inspector Towell.
Hello.
I'm based here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, arresting both of you at the moment.
Arrested us?
Yeah.
For what?
Trespassing.
That's a civil matter.
Yeah. Section 4.
Right.
Yeah, the Vagrancy Act 1824.
1824.
Premises.
It's not enclosed, there's an implied right of
You're
access.
under arrest.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm under arrest as well.
Has anyone here got a pair of handcuffs?
Don't need to put us in cuffs, I'll comply.
Okay.
So
Well, if you walk with me over to the front of the entry.
You're going to take us into custody now, are you?
You are both under arrest, yes.
For what?
I've just explained.
Inspector Dow arrives and immediately makes a worst possible move. He acts before he understands what's actually happening. There's no attempt to ask questions, no effort to clarify the situation, no real inquiry at all. He jumps straight to an arrest and loudly cites trespass under Section 4 of the Vagrancy Act of 1824, as if it's just delivered a decisive legal blow. In reality, he's only made it clear that he doesn't fully understand the authority he's trying to use. That law is almost 2 centuries old and was originally created to target vagrants and street wanderers, not ordinary members of the public who enter through an unlocked, publicly accessible gate. It's a relic, widely viewed as outdated, overly vague, and frequently criticized for being misapplied, which is why most police forces abandoned it long ago. And yet here is a senior officer, not a beginner, not a trainee, pulling it out as though it still carries real weight.
Trespass.
I've just
We haven't been asked to leave. It's not aggravated trespass. No, you don't need to grab me. Get your hand off me. I'm coming. I'm complying.
Walk with me,
Get
please.
your hand off me. Get your hand off me. Inspector, I'm complying. You don't need to grab me. What? Trespass is a civil offence, Inspector. Can you get your hand off me, please? Get your hand off me. I don't want to resist, but get your hand off me. I can get you off me. Then get off me, then, please.
Stop struggling.
I'm complying.
Stop
Can you get off
struggling.
me, please?
You're
Can you
under
get off me?
arrest.
Can you get
I'm
off me?
restraining you. Stop struggling.
I'm not trying to run away, am I? I'm complying, aren't I?
Stop struggling.
Well, can you get off me?
You're
Let's
pulling away.
compromise. I'm not going to pull away. Can you
Okay,
get off
come
me?
on.
Can you get off me, please? Or I'm not going to come.
Stop struggling. Stop struggling. This
I'm not
man's
struggling.
under arrest.
He's under arrest.
Vagrancy Act 1824.
All right, come on, mate. Out you come. Let's go.
What act? 1824.
You heard him, mate.
You twice now.
No, explain. So what's the offence? Trespass is a civil
Well, I've
offence.
got you under control, and you're being compliant. We're going to have a conversation.
Okay. You could just ask me to leave and I could leave.
You're not leaving, are you, mate?
Well, I will leave. You haven't asked me
You
to
should be in
leave.
the first place. don't you?
Yeah, but there's an implied right of access. So it's not aggravated
Oh,
trespass.
right, whatever, mate. You can talk about
No, it's not about whatever, mate. It's not aggravated trespass, is it? I'm not struggling, mate.
trying to pull
So
away.
I'm not trying to pull away. I'm not.
All right, I don't want to break your camera.
All right, you're not. I'm not.
So let's just...
You have to.
What Coley explained wasn't a personal view. It was settled legal principle. Under the concept of implied public access, people are allowed to pass through open entrances in order to approach a reception area unless that permission has been clearly revoked. That revocation only happens through physical barriers like locked gates, visible restrictions, or a direct verbal instruction to leave. None of those were present here. The entrance was left open. Security never stopped him, and no one instructed him to turn back before the inspector moved straight to detention. So when the officer fired back with, "You shouldn't be here at all," he wasn't stating the law. He was exposing a misunderstanding of it. Coley's position was legally sound. If access hasn't been clearly withdrawn, there is no aggravated trespass, no criminal offense, and certainly no lawful basis for an arrest. The officer's dismissive whatever mate wasn't confidence. It was a response of someone who had run out of any valid legal footing.
You'd be under arrest for trespassing when you're invited in.
You weren't invited.
Of course you have. I've got it on camera. That's what I just said. By the security guards. I've got everything on camera. I can stop the camera now and show it to you.
Okay, do you know what? Let the inspector do what he's got to do. Yeah.
Yeah, but
then you can investigate that, and then you can go.
But you see, as a police officer, yeah, like, are you not supposed to do the investigation? You've said that we're under arrest for trespassing, not you, the inspector.
Because we don't know this.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
You just under arrest. Excuse me.
Yes, yeah, they said I'm under arrest as well.
Hang on, man. Thank you very much.
You can't stop my recording though.
You've been arrested, mate. You're under arrest, mate.
Why are you doing this when I'm compliant? So can you just let my arms go so I can walk freely? Why no? Why are you acting like this? What are you trying to be?
Taking you out.
Like what's all of this about?
The situation is you're trespassing.
The situation is I've been invited here, which I said I've got on camera. This one is still recording, which I can play back to you, and I'm in handcuffs. Anyway, this will go to my solicitor. You will be in trouble anyway.
This was the moment the entire official version of events fell apart. Coley's friend calmly explains that he has clear video showing security actively allowing them through the gate, the single most decisive piece of evidence in determining whether any wrongdoing even occurred. Yet instead of showing the slightest interest in verifying it, the officer dismisses it with, "Let the inspector handle it." That isn't proper policing. That's blindly backing a colleague's bad call rather than stepping in to stop a wrongful arrest. An officer's primary responsibility is to assess the facts, not to automatically validate a decision that's already been made. When someone on the scene offers evidence that could immediately clear a situation, officers should be eager to review it, because doing so can instantly prevent an unlawful detention, unnecessary use of force, wasted manpower, and serious legal consequences. Instead, these officers chose the easy option over the correct one.
Have a seat down there, buddy.
Let's come to some sort of.
I'm in. Hey, look, I'm in cuffs, you know.
You've been arrested and you're still recording. Sit down. Section 4 of vagrancy act. Criminal offence, okay? Trespassing on enclosed premises. The inspector's just explained it to the other chap. He's going to come over and explain it to you.
Is that your phone or his phone?
No, that's my phone.
It's this gentleman's.
Now in the video, Coley explains what happened after he and his friend were arrested.
We were placed in a van, taken to the big bad Collindale police station, where we were kept for about 12 hours before finally being interviewed by PC Heslin, who at the time informed us that we would be further arrested for aggravated trespass. Guys, remember, for trespass to be aggravated, you must be disrupting or otherwise obstructing people from carrying out their lawful business. Aggravated trespass legislation is often used to deter travellers from setting up shop on private property, which affects people from going about their business. So in that capacity, aggravated trespass is not a piece of legislation that would be used to arrest photographers. It's got a pretty obvious kind of use.
Being taken to Collindale and detained for 12 hours over nothing more than an open gate is already extreme. But the situation takes an even stranger turn when PC Heesling informs him that he's now being arrested again, this time for aggravated trespass. That accusation collapses under its own weight. Colley entered through a public access point, wasn't challenged by security, and didn't interfere with anyone or anything. Ironically, every extra hour he spent in custody only made his position stronger. As Coley later points out, what started as an inconvenience quickly became one of the most straightforward civil claims he had ever pursued.
Before the recording started in the interview that this offence was a non-starter and that he was just sent to take the interview. By the expression on his face and his body language, he too agreed that this whole situation was a bit of a show. Like it just seemed like he was just sent to take the interview. But shortly after the interview was complete, we were put back in the cells before being released and given a piece of paper reading refusal to charge. I think this is different to NFA. I think NFA they can reopen the case if further evidence emerges. Not 100% on that, but that's what I believe. So following this, obviously the first thing I did was consult my legal team and explain to them what had happened. They were very confused when I explained to them that I was arrested under the Vagrancy Act, as they were unfamiliar with it. So they requested that I obtain the custody record from the Met and give it to them before they could investigate any further. I made the subject access request on the 6th of January asking for a copy of the custody record. They got back to me on Valentine's Day with the custody record. I then forwarded this information to my legal team, who have since filed a letter before claim against the Met Police. And so we wait. But yeah, as soon as I got the custody record, sent it to my solicitors, and boom, like, they were on it. They got it moving straight away. So clearly they see this case as a high prospect of success, because they didn't mess about at all. Yeah, big up my legal team as well. Good job.
Legal teams don't react at lightning speed unless they see a case that's practically guaranteed to succeed. In this situation, the response was immediate. Confirmation came straight away. A case handler was assigned, and a formal claim against the police was already being prepared. That isn't business as usual. That's what happens when solicitors recognize a near-certain win. An unlawful arrest, the misuse of an obsolete power, a total failure to investigate damaged equipment, and a 12-hour detention is exactly the kind of combination that law firms look for, not because it's dramatic, but because it's legally airtight. What happened at Hendon wasn't just another bad stop. It was a complete breakdown of professional standards. And the irony is impossible to ignore. This all unfolded at the very place where officers are trained. An open public gate, security actively allowing entry, an inspector reaching for Victorian-era legislation, as if modern law never evolved, another officer dismissing established access rights, and not a single person willing to review the one piece of video evidence that could have cleared everything instantly. The chain of failure couldn't be more complete if it were written into a script. While Collet hasn't publicly shared the final outcome, the direction of the case is obvious. When you stack wrongful arrest, unlawful detention, physical handling, damaged property, and the misuse of outdated legal powers together, the result is usually a settlement. Cases like this often resolve in the £3,000 to £8,000 range, and given how rapidly his legal team acted, it's highly likely the force chose to quietly pay and move on. For Hendon, a facility responsible for shaping officers across the UK, this incident would have cut deep. If this is a level of decision-making being produced, then it's no surprise external reviewers keep succeeding in court. That brings today's breakdown to a close. If you found it valuable, support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It makes a real difference for independent reporting. You can also find Coley Bork's linked in the description below. Go show him some support. Thanks for watching. This was Rate the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.